everybody? Welcome to Real Talk with Chris and Travis. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. So, y'all know I always like to introduce the topic. And the topic for today is technology really making a difference?
I feel like it's making a difference in a good way and a bad way.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the bad.
Okay.
The bad way, I feel like people are forgetting how to communicate. I feel like some people are becoming maybe a little bit more lazier.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to start with communication first, but when I say communication, I feel like some people just don't know how to communicate when they're around people face to face. You know, we're so used to being on that phone, texting and sending emojis. People send emojis. That's how they communicate these days. And it's like nobody holds a conversation anymore. Like talking about, you know, you go out to eat and you see people at the table on their phones. And
everybody head down.
Yeah, it's like, why? I feel like, in those type of settings, you should be focused on the person you're with, you know. But I mean, yeah, but damn, I lost my train of thought.
But I feel like you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like people are too engulfed in their phones.
Mm-hmm.
Technology got us all just like I've heard people who like they say try going without your phone for a day and see if you can function.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, man, it's kind of weird. I mean, I could put the phone down. I mean, it's not a big deal. And they said, but then it's a whole mental side to that. Like you could leave your phone at the house, and let's say me and my wife go somewhere. She got her phone.
Mm-hmm.
I leave my phone at the house. The whole time it's like my mind is wondering, okay, maybe somebody called me. I'd have missed the call. See what I'm saying? Like thinking about the phone the whole time. And you're supposed to be out at the restaurant chilling with your family.
Right.
But I've never done the whole leave your phone at home for 24 hours. But that's mostly because I give my phone to my little girl and she be looking at stuff on there. I don't be messing with my phone like talking about. But I feel like technology, it's got its good points and it's got its bad. But the only reason that it's got its bad is because it is so easy to become completely dependent on technology. For example, if something was to happen with all the computers in the world and there were no more computers, we'll be back in the dark ages.
It'll be shut down.
Shut down.
Everything is pretty much ran by a computer. So, I mean, everything will be shut down.
Right. And I don't know if you was finna touch on this point or not, but imagine like, you lose your phone and you trying to call, you get somebody else's phone trying to call for help. And they're like, who you gonna call?
Oh, yeah.
You can't call nobody because you don't remember their number.
Yeah, you so used to clicking on mom or, your friend, and you don't see the number.
Right.
And it's like, you get into a point, you lose your phone, and you be like, hey, can I use your phone to call my friend? You're like, oh, snap, what's the number? So, I mean, it's kind of stopping us from remembering things as well, because, we save everything in the phone, and you forget about it, pretty much.
Because we depending on the phone gonna remind me.
Yeah.
What if your phone malfunction? If it malfunction and you waiting on that reminder and it never come. You know what I'm saying?
You fresh out of luck.
Your phone malfunctions and you using it for an alarm clock for work every morning. It malfunction while you sleep and turned the alarm off. You stuck.
You late for work.
Yeah. And we said all that to say, like technology is not bad. There's some great things that's been done with technology, that makes it all worthwhile. But I think some of us, and when I say us, I mean the human race. Like, I think it's some things that we need to get back to doing. Like instead of just saving all your names and numbers in your phone, like do that of course, but actually try to remember like the important numbers. You know what I'm saying? Your spouse, your mom, your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Like try to remember those numbers so just in case you lose your phone, you're not just completely stuck.
Yeah, you get caught up in the bind. You don't remember no numbers, man. Like I said, that can be a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but I mean, but the I would also say that I mean back in the day when we was kids, we used to always play outside. But these days with all these game systems, man, you got kids don't even go outside no more.
Right. And you know the weirdest thing I seen? I saw kids right in my neighborhood. It was three of them, three boys.
Hmm.
Me and my family, we going down the street finna go to the store, and I see like these three boys sitting outside on the basketball goal. You know the little base that holds the goal up.
Hmm.
All three of them is sitting on it, around the basketball goal, with like phones with their heads down like this,
Wow.
and the basketball just way off in the corner, sitting there like somebody pick me up, show these boys what to do with me. See what I'm saying?
So you go outside to be on the phone.
Right. You go outside. You go outside to do what you could have done inside.
That's crazy. But I mean, I also think that technology is good as well because I mean, it's been a lot of advances in time. You know,
Yeah.
I say like the TV remote.
Hmm.
You know, back in the day, there wasn't no remote. Your kids were the remotes.
Yep.
You had to walk to the TV,
And walk back to your seat.
walk back to the seat. So I mean, that's one of the good things about technology.
Right. Just look at the advances in the medical field because of technology.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, technology got its good points, but in my opinion, it's certain things we need to get back to doing it the old school way. You know what I'm saying? As far as like let's say cooking or whatever, right? Back in the day, there was no Uber Eats, there was no waiter. You had to go and get your food. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you got like they got companies getting rich off of go and pick the food up from McDonald's and bring it to your house for you.
And we love convenience, man.
We do, but I feel like some conveniences is it's making us weaker instead of stronger. And I know that don't apply for everybody. I'm not taking shots. I'm just saying some of the old school ways don't need to die. They need to come back. They need to come back.
I mean, I like my Uber Eats, man.
I feel you. We used them a couple times too. You know, big shout out to Waiter because we was using them.
Waiter too, but I mean, I feel like that can be good and bad. I guess it can be good in a way for somebody who maybe who can get out, that might not have a car. So
Yeah, that's
that can be a good way. But you know, there are some people that might live like right down the street from
McDonald's.
a McDonald's or something, and they don't feel like going, so they Uber Eats it.
But I'm saying though, okay, if you able-bodied, right, and like you say, you might not have a car, but you want McDonald's and it's right down the street. What's the harm in walking? If the weather's not bad and if it's not on the side where you gotta cross traffic, walk and go get it.
I mean, it all comes down to walk and go and get it when somebody can just bring it to me. I might have to wait a few minutes or whatever.
I don't know, man. That's another thing too, and I've seen some TV shows do this, and I think this is something that if you have a family, you should do too. But again, this is just my opinion. I've seen shows where like they continue to have those big meals where you got like your family members around the table, and everybody got to put their phone or their tablet or whatever like in a basket way on the other side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on vibrate, put it on the other side of the room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like take your eyes off the screen for 10, 15 minutes and have a meal with your family where y'all actually talking to each other and stuff like that. And I thought that was real nice, man, because you don't see a lot of that these days. It's always everybody's at the table, but everybody's looking at a screen, or you looking at the TV. You know what I'm saying? And it's not saying that those things are bad. It's just to get like you say, get the communication flowing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like technology, like I said, we're gonna just touch on a few things, but I mean, there's a lot in technology. But I mean, I feel like technology has advanced a lot as far as in accessibility as well. You know what I'm saying? They got, I use a wheelchair. I mean, there's so many advanced things as far as like wheelchairs for people who need them, like motorized wheelchairs. There's the manual wheelchairs with the I forgot what it's called, but it's like you can push the chair
Mm-hmm.
with one stroke, and it's gonna keep going without stopping.
Oh,
Like some kind of assistive
device.
in the wheels. So I mean,
That's cool.
that's pretty cool. I mean, and also the autonomous cars for people.
Well, you don't have to drive the car; it drive itself.
Yeah. So I mean, it's quite a few things that are good, but like I said, there's a few things that
That's bad too.
that's like a bad side to it. That's you know.
Okay, so in your opinion, I'm gonna ask you this question: do you think that there are more disadvantages to technology, or do you think it's more advantages to technology?
I think it's more advantages.
That's a
I
good
feel like
answer.
the like the downside of the technology that what it does to people is like a small percentage compared to the big advantages.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's more good than bad, in my opinion. I feel like there's a lot more that can be done as far as accessibility wise.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I ain't gonna get into that right now.
And I think that the technology has definitely expanded accessibility. Like it's off the charts, but then it's like certain companies have to catch up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we in 2021 finna be 2022, and there's still places that we're not handicap accessible, but
I think a lot of them need to catch up.
yeah, yeah, because the technology is there. You know what I'm saying?
It's just that I don't think a lot of them want to spend the money, or they kind of feel like there's no need for it. But
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah, when that's not true. Even though some disabilities you can't really see, you can't see them. It's not visible, you know.
Right, right,
So you can't say there's no need for it when you really don't know.
right. It's kind of like you want to set up everything where it can incorporate everybody,
Hmm.
not make certain people feel excluded
Right.
by the way your building is structured, or by the way your access points are set up to get in or out the building. Is like, well, I would go in and spend all this money on this food because I heard it's good, but
Hmm.
I can't get through the door.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a big drawback. And like I said, with us going into 2022, you would think with all this technology that things will be way further along than what they are.
Yeah, but that's not the case.
Everything is still the computers might run the world, but it's human beings behind those computers.
Oh yeah.
So
We still need humans. The computers go out, then everybody gonna walk around scratching their head like,
yeah, and that's the point we're making.
what do we do?
We became so dependent on technology that if it go down, we stuck. I can remember a time when I was working retail and the registers had went down because it was storming outside, and I think some lightning hit the building and it shut off our electricity. And when the electricity came back on, it's like the registers wasn't responding, and we had people in the building. The lines were long, and the weather slacked up, and the people was like, well, can we still shop? Like, can we still buy stuff, or we need to put it back, or whatever? And the managers was like, no, y'all can still, what we gonna do is we're only taking cash. And they gave each cashier a little notepad and a pen, and was like, y'all just gonna have to do like the old school math and figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Uh-oh.
thank God I'm not a cashier. Because people had 2 and 3 flat carts full of stuff. You got to add all that stuff up little bit by little bit, writing down numbers.
It's that old school way.
I said, man, that was crazy.
Or you just pull your phone out and use a calculator on your phone.
People, and they was doing that.
Yeah.
But it's just so many numbers because you got so many items you got to add up. It's like, boy.
I know some people got discounts.
I'm sure they did.
That was a bunch of discounts that day.
And wasn't none of the managers or home office could do about it. Just like, well.
Nope.
But that's the whole thing about it. I feel like, man, technology is great, but it does have some downsides. You know, some bad sides to it. You know, because in other words, find a balance. Don't become so dependent on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I know some business people are gonna be like, man, well, you know, my business is ran through my phone, and all the stuff for my business is ran through a computer, and without that stuff, I couldn't have a business. I'm not saying don't handle your business. What I'm saying is when you have moments where when you have moments where you cannot have your phone, don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you in the house and you bored, don't look at your phone all day. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got children. You got children, man, put your phone down, go take your kids outside and play. Do like you used to do before you had a phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Don't send the kids outside and you sitting outside watching them but you looking at the phone.
Yeah.
That's not spending time with your kids. You know? But
I would say also, learn how to communicate. We don't emojis is not a communication. I would say, if you're around people, talk to them. Don't be afraid to still talk. I mean, like I said, this day and age, people don't really talk anymore. It's just all about texting or emojis, or likes or things of that nature.
right, everything's about social media.
But if you're gonna use technology, use it to your advantage. At least leverage off of it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because I'm about to make a point. Me and my wife been working on something. Out of the two of us, she's more talkative than I am. I normally just try to add on to what she say. I'm like, yeah, all the time, and she's just going. And she said, one day she said, when we start taking trips and I'm driving, you're gonna have to talk to me to keep me awake, And she was like, instead of just nodding and adding things here and there, you might have to keep the conversation going. And I thought about that. I was like, you're absolutely right. And so what I started doing is I'll pull out my phone and look stuff up that make topic conversations. And when our conversations start dying out, I just throw that topic in there to make up. Like, man, what you think about this? And she like, wait, say it again. I'm like, yeah, I just saw this post and they said, and just like a while back, I saw a post and it said, if you're not gonna make her a mother, if you're not gonna make her a wife, don't make her a mother. And I asked my wife, I said, what you think about that?
Mm-hmm.
She said, I think that has two sides. Because it take one person to make you a wife. But it take two people to make you a mother.
Mm-hmm. She
said, so somebody dropped the ball somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoo. So we just do random stuff like that. When we in a car or something like that and we talking and the conversation kind of die down, I don't look at my phone. I throw something in there just to get us talking again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we was able to work on our communication as a couple. That's how I'm starting to get better with keeping the conversation going instead of just letting it die out.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff.
So yeah, like we said, technology has its upsides and downsides.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, use it to your advantage and leverage off of it.
And find your balance.
Yeah. And stay tuned.
And we'll be back next week with another video.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
Also, don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. And also, don't forget to catch us on TikTok. We also have an email address. It is realtalkwithchrisandtravis@yahoo.com. If you have any questions, suggestions, or you just want to get something off your chest, feel free to hit us up there. And we out.
Stay tuned. Peace.